Welcome to Friday night Caps and Cards 716. I'm Spidey J18. I'm a host associated with today by
TJ North Shore Fitted here, your co-host.
and we got some good stuff for you today. I know I'm going to be talking about some Noble North and TJ, who's leading the home runs right now? Lead us into this.
Vlad Guerrero currently, because he hit one tonight.
Oh, shit.
All alone. But I wanted to talk a minute about Royal. They don't have a lot to talk about this year, other than that beginning of the year there. This is that My Fitteds one, the Bo Jackson Raiders colorway, with that raised Royal side patch. I love wearing this hat with my Bo Jackson jersey here. I think it just goes off. But Salvador Perez tied Johnny Bench's record the other night for most home runs by a catcher, by a position catcher. You have to have at least started 75% of your games as a catcher for the season, or 75% of your starts had to be at the catcher position. So Piazza and a few other guys don't count.
You threw me off with the name. See, I was banking on just home run total because I know he's got 40.
Perez got 45 now, or 44.
Oh, 44. Okay. Last week I checked, it was like 40.
Yeah, he's been on a rare tear. If he hits one more between now and the end of the season, he breaks Johnny Bench's record. And that's something that a lot of people never thought would be broken. And it is going to be the highlight of the Royals season at this point because they're eliminated from the playoffs.
Johnny Bench, former Bison.
Also speaking of Reds and Johnny Bench here, I want to talk about the NL wild card, the AL wild card. Who you feeling? Who you think's going to happen?
Well, I'm going to have to pull up some standings here because I was pulling for Toronto to make the wild card, but now they're
currently in first wild card, unless as of yesterday. I don't know about today. At the end of today, because they lost, the Sox won and the Yankees won, so it might be.
I see where you were going with this. That would be a crazy wild card to have Boston, New York in the wild card.
I want to see Toronto. I don't think Boston makes it personally.
If it sits the way it does now and Boston plays New York in a one-game playoff, the world will freeze over.
Yeah, you guys will win. You always do the playoffs against us. I'd separate team.
You know what? I gotta go Toronto for the wild card spot because they are not leading their league.
Yeah, I would say Toronto's probably the first spot, and I'd like to see the Yankees be the second spot.
If Tampa wasn't leading that division, I'd have to go with probably Boston. But seeing that the AL East fucking owns the wild card position, it's almost like you're going to face a division rival. But you're going to have to be ready either way.
Whoever comes out of that wild card spot's and wait for the Rays.
I don't see Oakland cracking that threshold, and I don't see Seattle cracking that threshold, even at 3.5 games.
Oakland had that terrible spin. They looked real good for a while, and then they dropped to the last 19 to 27.
So speaking of playoff bursts, the magic number right now for the Brewers is 2. If they get a 2-game lead on any team in the Central, I believe also including the Cardinals, it's over. They have clinched.
Speaking of playoff berth teams, the Giants did this year. They've been a hell of a surprise this year.
Yeah, I mean, they got really deep with Chris Bryant. They've been hitting some dingers. Posey's been looking good, playing some really good defense.
Strumsky's come to his own this season. He's been owning the ball. He has 20-something home runs.
Yes.
The whole part about this, it's awesome about this game is about this team is they don't even have one of their best players on the roster. Posey took his spot back. Posey saw Joey Bart coming up, and he was like, "Nah, you're going back to AAA. You're going back to Sacramento."
I believe he's on the taxi squad, so he's not even playing.
Yeah.
And then the Crew won a late one tonight, so we got the Brew Crew coming up top on the Cubs in the 8th or the top of the 9th.
As of right now, it's bottom of the 9th, 1 out. The Braves took the lead in the top of the 9th. because the Giants closer, McGee, is hurt with an oblique injury. He's on the 10-day DL. So they had Taylor Rogers coming, and Taylor Rogers blew the game. He gave up a dinger.
Now we need to cover the National League here. Now, the National League is funny.
The big thing's going to be in the AL West, or not the AL West, the NL West, and who's going to be the person that faces the NL, whoever comes out of not winning the AL West.
Well, the first wild card team is the Dodgers. But if you look at the Dodgers, they're 1.5 games now behind the Giants. And I would say it's still too close to call at this point. But if you look at the wild card standing, they are 16 games behind positive in the wild card position. So it looks funny. They're a positive 16 in the first wild card position.
Whoever doesn't win that division is going to be the first wild card spot.
Easy.
Whoever second in that division. It's going to be whether it's going to be the Giants or the Dodgers.
That's why they have Z's and not X or Y, I think, is the clinched without
Is that's going to come down to like the last game. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to 163.
That'd be sweet.
Play.
That'd be a hell of a game.
But
then for your second place, you got
who's going to play whoever that makes that position. Is it going to be the Padres, the Reds, or the Cardinals? And the Cardinals are pouring right back tonight. Tyler O'Neill had a grand slam and a 2-run shot, 6 RBIs tonight. Cardinals.
Cincinnati, other than what was
the Dodgers? They beat the Dodgers tonight 3-0.
I haven't heard Winker's name much in the past few weeks, but I've heard Castellanos.
He's in AAA. Winker got hurt. He's coming back though. He's supposed to be back later this week.
And then San Diego, I don't know, like they haven't really been breaking the headlines like the Dodgers have.
They've been hanging there. They're losing a lot. They broke their losing streak against the Giants, helping the Dodgers. I might add.
Ay. Well,
but, I still think the Dodgers are going to run away with the division here. Their division to lose. They're the world champs. I got the thank you Jackie hat from Lidstrom a few years ago.
Sweet.
And my Mitchell and Ness flannel. Let me know if you can guess who it is. Who's 32? Retired on the Dodgers.
32 on the.
He's a pitcher.
Koufax?
Yes, sir. The greatest left-hander of all time.
You weren't giving me much there. I was like, it's like Cy Young, Koufax.
I helped you. I said pitcher. And you had to know it was an old pitcher because it's a flannel.
Yeah. That gave me just a smidgen of information here. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a brief transition here. I know that it's gonna be the Dodgers going to the wild card in the West. I think it's still up in air for the second spot there. If you think it's going to be St. Louis, Cincinnati, or the Padres, comment down below. Let us know what you're doing. Comment, subscribe. And our next segment here is going to be about Noble North, actually.
Hold on 1 minute. The San Francisco just tied it. So they might have a game lead on the Dodgers tonight if they win.
Yeah, you might have something else on in a second.
I don't have a Giants jersey. I got some Niners jerseys.
So I'm wearing it's called the Bear Hop, and then the Bear Claws on the back, and I actually have the other rendition of the hat. I threw a whole bunch of them together here. There they are.
Since we're talking Noble North, I had to throw one of my Noble North on.
And then this is like the back logo. So this was the front. That's the back. And then what do you go with? Oh, he went with the Canada leaf out of wheat, which is pretty sweet. That's a nice little highlight there. Very legit. Very cool collector. And seeing...
Yeah, Noble always has a lot of unique designs. I like his designs a lot.
I really want to highlight my personal favorite from him in reverse order. I'm going to start with 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to show off just 2 other designs, and hopefully Ryan can come on and talk about what inspired these designs and what keeps them going. And we can chop it up with Ryan. I've been talking about going to a hockey game with him and just having a good time. I don't care if it's up here, in Buffalo or up there. That's something I really want to do. Go have a few beers with Ryan from Noble North, and let's unveil these now. So
a few Molson's, Walking the hockey game.
Molson's, the baddies, So first, we're gonna have the Timberwolf.
That one's a nice one.
This came from the collection that I call the Infinity Gauntlet, because if you take all the hats with the colored buttons that they have, makes the same colors as the Infinity Stone. So I have the Timberwolf, and you're gonna notice a pattern really fast here.
Lovely on these. The UV, that dark walnut UV.
They're perfect for wearing with Tim's and like the Nike boots I have. It's really good color.
Throw on like a fresh Carhartt jacket, it matches.
My second is the OG Timberwolf, or Werewolf, or Canadian Wolf, however he wants to call it. I don't remember what he specifically called these. So we have 3, 2, and my personal favorite, the Blue Wolf.
Yeah, you like that wolf logo, huh?
This is my favorite.
I'm going to save my favorite Noble North that I own for when Ryan comes on.
Now, my runner-ups are going to be, well, I'm just going to grab these other ones behind me because I have a tie. So I really like this one. On the back, we have a fox. And on the front, we have the Peaky Blinders. TJ?
Yep, I like that one. I got that one.
Like the gangsters from England.
It's based on that Peaky Blinders TV show on Netflix. Oh, I have that one.
On the back, we have a wheel. And on the front, we have the Zamboni drivers. The zombie Zamboni driver.
That honey one he did with the bear was really cool. I regret not picking that one up.
And here's where the tie comes into play, because I love the logo, but it's the undervisor that kills it. All right. Gray. This one's green. This is my favorite runner-up.
Yeah, I'd say green. Green undervisor always kills it for me.
But see, like the stitching in his face, like it looks like a fastball is just flying. You got the icicles coming off his top hat. Come on, man. And you got a sweet N with a flake there. These are original as they come, man.
Yeah, his designs are always really nice. I like his designs. Usually well thought out. They usually have a nice story behind them.
And I did pick up 2 more of what I call like the Tan Collection Infinity Gauntlet. And I picked up the Chopped Wood.
I got that one too.
And just because I wanted to save these nuts. We're all a little nutty sometimes.
Too bad I don't have a flying squirrel hat to go with that.
I'm almost positive I do. So let me put a couple of those back up. Whoa!
You're driving me nuts.
See, today I had a moment where I was like, do I go with the historical Hops hat or the Bear Hop? Like, can you go through this thing? And my Hops hat, I don't even think it's a Musa, but it's just like, it's so perfect fitting. It feels perfect, It's just
Hat Club redid them. They did the blue one with the blue UV, and they did that all black one.
Yeah, they called it the swing and hop, I think.
Yeah, no, but they did that one too. I think these both came out at the same time. They had the swinging hop with this UV, and they had that other one at the same time.
Well, this one is actually from the first run that Lids did. This was back when you could buy a hat, get it shipped to the store for free, and then
I realized something crazy about this. Look at how off this Batman is on this.
China, man. If I looked at every hat that had a kind of semi sideways Batman, I would nothing would make it onto my head.
I've never noticed it before.
And I have the he calls this one like the beaver chucks or something. I have one of the stickers here. I've got the geese hat. I've got so many. There's just so many good ones. He probably takes up like a quarter of one of my crates. He's got a lot of good stuff. And
Danny and Ryan from Noble North are both designers we really like a lot. You have a bunch of Danny stuff. I only have a few of them because when he was partnered with Hat Club, it was hard to get his stuff.
Yeah, Danny was definitely also a pretty big influence on myself. You know, he gave me like a lot of inspiration to try and work some of my own ideas. So at some point, I do think our fans will see some of the Spidey designs that I have unveiled. And we do have a pin coming called the Spidey pin. And we will have more details on that soon, coming up in probably our next episode. I'll know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to Daniel K from TF. When I got the team fitted last July, a year ago last July, this hat was everybody was getting it in hand from Will. And I really wanted this one. And he was finally willing to sell it. I'm going to drop his IG right here. He gave me a sticker with his Instagram on it.
Stack fitted.
It's stack fitted. It's got the patch too. Can't wait to get it stitched on.
Yep.
That Dodgers patch, this Dodgers colorway, like the 88 World Series patch, one of my favorite non-Red Sox fitteds. So this TF custom was a must.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite hats. You know when it just you put it on, it's already like the way you like it.
Yeah, it's like shaped to your head perfect. This is that Rust Belt one here. Timber frame. This one's shaped to my head really well. I've worn it a lot. I use it. It's like a campfire hat when I'm going to have bonfires in my fire pit. Like when John was here, we had a couple fires.
Yeah.
With that dark colored UV, I don't have to worry about the smoke staining it.
There you go. See, the more you know. Got to be aware to your surroundings. So came up that let me see if I can pull a picture up of it before we start talking about it. There was some, all right, let me zoom in on the photo. So Grandstand Sports decided to unveil this hat today, or maybe a couple weeks ago, days ago.
Because people had them in hand already.
Yeah, somebody must have already had them already. But anyway, so the semicolon is for Suicide Awareness and Suicide Prevention Day. And on the side of the hat, it says, "The story is not over," and it's a green undervisor. One of the guys that I was talking to actually had posted this photo. So I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but a couple of people had made the point that Grandstand is not giving any proceeds to charity, whether it be change or any monetary value. When I asked them about it on Instagram, and they said, "We will not be giving any proceeds to charity." And I felt offended by that because, you know, I kind of took it personally. It's not really being offended by it. It's just like you shouldn't be using a social cause to fund your pocket. and hopefully this message makes it out there. And, you know, if you're struggling or something, you know, you got to reach out to somebody. And we're going to definitely drop some links in the description of this video. So if anybody's lost out there and, you know, and you don't know what you're doing, definitely speak up, or definitely talk to a friend or somebody you trust. And
John's always up late. If you're thinking about doing anything, you can always contact one of us. John's always up wicked late.
Yeah, I'm definitely a night crawler. You know, we just want to be around for people, and you know, the same people that we care about. You know, and
we're already losing so many people in the fitted community to COVID.
Yeah, that
we don't need to lose it anymore.
So I am working on some research to find like the one charity that does like the most for like the United States, and just actually helping people instead of just saying that they do. So I'm trying to get my ducks in a row on that. So hopefully in our next episode, we can talk about, you know, if everybody donates $1, I don't care if it's $1 or 50 cents, you know, we could just do a little project and get it together. But, you know, hopefully we turn it around. Anything else you want to cover, TJ?
With the extra inning rule, the San Francisco has got a runner on second, no outs. We're in a pump up.
Is this going to impact our playoff wild card?
Yeah. Giants win. The Giants will be up 2.5 games on the Dodgers now, because the Dodgers lost today.
Okay. All right, so we have some special implications here. Excuse me.
But the NL West and the AL East are the most highly contended divisions this year.
And the Midland Rockhounds have announced that they will have a new persona next year. So if you are interested in their hats, I will also drop their link to their store in the description. So you can pick up.
Drop a link down below for the Syracuse Chiefs.
Yeah, it's the Chiefs. Yeah, I'll show you what that hat looks like when we're done here, so you can. I'm pretty sure this is navy as well. It just looks black.
Got a bunch of their on fields on sale for $10.
Yeah, that's from their Natter days. It just had to slide it in there, you know. I mean, they were with the Nats though, so.
I was always wondering where the hell the train came from on that hat. I was like, upstate New York.
You know why they went? You know the logo that was the flying bat? That was their logo in the 2001 year. And then 9/11 happened. And then they switched automatically to a train. It was only their logo for a year.
Yeah.
So that's when they were called the Sky Chiefs. Then they became the Chiefs. And then the SC became Syracuse Chiefs instead of Sky Chiefs. So they had a whole bunch of leftover designs that they were just recycling and running through. And it was a bit much, let's say. Because I remember at one point there was the train hat that is on the website. I believe it's red around here. They had it blue to start the season, and then they finished the season with it red, like to sell a few more hats. So that was pretty laughable, because I did attend a lot of games that year, and I was practically a season ticket holder, just buying tickets to one game every, you know, once a week or twice a week. Pretty sad. It's a nice ballpark, just like nobody goes. And like when I posted that Seaver memorial, people were asking me, "Oh, what park is that in? What park is that in?" And I was like, "It's at MBT in Syracuse." And they were kind of like, "Ah, but that's a dog shit area." And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
Most minor league parks are in the middle of nowhere. That's what the best part about it is. That's like rural America, like minor league baseball.
Yeah, I mean, that was cool. That like the stories my dad tells about there being a team on every exit of the 90, like.
But not you would know this, but like there's a country song where the the lyrics go, at least our ball club might be minor league, but at least it's AAA.
Well, I might give you the benefit of the doubt and check it out. I can't promise.
The name of the song. I forget who sings it. So
the last country song I listened to was Whiskey Glasses when Katie got me the.
He's canceled. You got to be careful talking about you know who.
Yeah. You know.
He got a little too drunk than not in Nashville and was starting to run his mouth.
Yeah, not a good one. But you know, good win by the Crew tonight. You know, we played some Magic. And we're kind of just waiting on a Giants win here.
Hopefully.
And
not Dodgers fans here. But
yeah, just kind of a weekly wrap up, you know. So glad we got to do this tonight.
Yeah, it was a nice win by the Raiders on Monday night. We forgot to talk about that, but
yeah. I mean, we can talk about that for a minute, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice win. That was a nice back and forth game. And the Giants have been loaded now with 2 outs.
Yeah, the Raiders were looking pretty crappy, and then they come out with a win with what was it? Zay Jones receiving the pass in the end zone. He burned him. He was like, deuce. You know, I'm glad they got their start on Monday night because the whole press out here was like, they're gonna suck. I don't want to watch it. I'm glad.
Said 6-10 after the first snap of their season was a fumble to Derek Carr to fall on it. Peyton Manning had that little show with his brother now on ESPN too.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, and he goes, "I can tell everything about their season based on their first snap." He goes 6-10, and everyone was laughing. It was part of a laugh.
Hey, you never know.
I think the Raiders are going to be upset. I think they're going to be a sneaky team that's going to come out of the AFC.
And next episode, we will be playing, if I have everything, all my ducks in a row, Miggy Jeopardy. And if we can get, I don't know, 5 comments, which I think is pretty reasonable. If we can get 5 comments, I will give away something pretty cool to a card collector. So, yeah, Miggy Jeopardy. So, TJ, brush up on your Miggy stats because we're going to be coming at you.
I got you pretty good with that Orioles one. You were trying to get me with the Orioles one, and you were like, damn, you got it.
Yeah, so the question was, which team has hit the most home runs at Camden Yards with a total of 734? And it took them all of 1 second to answer me. It was the Yankees.
I was like, it had to either be the Yankees or Red Sox because the Orioles aren't really known for having power hitters. I just used logical reasoning here. It wasn't going to be the Blue Jays because the Blue Jays are, again, a team that's not well known for having power hitters.
And they're pretty new.
Yeah, the Red Sox and Camden Yards is pretty new too. Camden Yards came out in the 90s, the same time the Blue Jays did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair point.
But the Yankees had that massive lineup in the early 2000s, and then that massive lineup in like 2009, and then that massive lineup now. So it had to have been the Yankees.
Very fair. Yeah.
Bluefield Orioles, joint toppers. I still want the Jays. Has everyone had Bluefield as a minor league affiliate?
That's what I was saying about Greenville for a minute. Because they have a lot of the Reds, the Astros. So many teams went through there. It was almost like Tacoma pre.
At one point too, the Red Sox.
Tacoma pre Mariners was like everybody.
Crazy.
Or like the one that doesn't make sense the most to me right now is that like, okay, so Beloit is in Wisconsin. It's closer than Appleton is to Milwaukee, and Beloit is with the Marlins. Now,
heck, you think Brewers get us in Wisconsin?
They were with the Brewers, and then they realigned all their teams. But why would the Marlins keep a team in Wisconsin?
Punish their prospects.
Yeah, that's what I mean, I got nothing.
Something Wisconsin, just not like I'd rather be in Florida than in Wisconsin.
I would rather play for like the Hammerheads or the Jumbo Shrimp and make it to the big leagues that way, skip Double A or something. Than
Tarpons the Yankees have in Florida.
Yeah, Tampa. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all we got for tonight's episode, everybody. So here we go one more time with the peace, love, and caps, y'all. Good night.